I'm just jotting down a couple notes here. When it comes to automations, like Heather, what would you say is your favorite tool? What is your favorite widget thing that you like in the workflows, like specifically workflows?
Specifically workflows. Probably the automated text messages that I can do. I would say that, and then that's such a hard question because there's so much that I like in and out of the workflows. I would say probably if I'm talking just like production side, I would say the ability it has to trigger events from something happening. So like if somebody watches a video, or if somebody opens an email, or if somebody responds a certain way to something, the ability it has to make other things happen. If that makes sense.
So like if this then that.
Yeah.
Types of scenarios.
Yeah.
And do you have like what examples have you used most often?
So I guess tagging, like if they have this tag, they go down this path. If they have that tag, they go down this path. And if they have no tag, they go over here. So if you're looking for an example, I would say probably within if somebody comes into the CRM off of an offer. So like they click on an offer, they fill out the form. And if they come into the CRM off that offer and they're a member of the free community, they would go down this path. If they have no tags at all, then certain events would happen where they would be like sent an invitation to join the community. And if they're with a tag that's cloud community, obviously they would go down a different path because they're already a cloud member. So they wouldn't get an introductory text message saying, hey, we're cloud, this is what we're doing, because obviously they're an agent. They don't need that. They know who we are. But if there's somebody just off the internet that's never heard of us before, they would need that text message. So the CRM has the ability to set up workflows where it can totally like categorize everybody and sort them and put them where they need to go. Like, have you seen Whoville, like the Scrooge, not the Scrooge, the Grinch That Stole Christmas? Before Scrooge comes and like messes up Whoville, the post office, where they're like going like, and everything's going into like the correct spots. That's kind of like what it does.
Wow, that's definitely a visual. So like in other words, if I have leads that come from an open house and I have a tag that says open house, 123 Banana Street, then all of the leads that have that tag get a specific email and a specific text.
Correct.
And if they're a seller and it has the tag CMA, then maybe we send them a different series of emails.
Yes.
Is that one another example?
Yeah, that would be correct.
Okay, so James, have you worked inside of workflows at all?
What do you mean by that? It's kind of them, like setting them up,
playing around with them. Yep, moving things around.
Well, just by experience, I got 5 years taking more leads off of social media, and I've always studied the automations that go out. No matter the niche, it's always the same objective. Let's schedule a call. I know that there's a lot of who is this automations that go out.
Yep.
They never work, in my opinion. They just stay cold. So as far as setting them up, I've always had someone that did all the work on GH automations of what works and what doesn't. I think they should always have an introductory telling you who you are and where you're calling from. Like I see a lot going out. Hey, how many beds and baths are you looking for? That tells me who is this. This is how they're going to reply, or they don't reply at all. And as you see, I've been playing around with the text that I've been sending out, and I get some action, man. They know who I'm talking to. So this is actually a good thing you're bringing this up, because I study it every day, man. I study it. I know the timings are when they're going out. I know when I can send one and when I shouldn't. So I think they're great. It can save you, but it's all about the timing. I think they should always get one right in the morning, wake up call while they're drinking their coffee in the morning, just a little reminder. And they should always be trying to attack a call or a text conversation.
Mm-hmm.
When's a good time for a call? Send me a text message later when you're free today. Stuff like that. My objective is always to get them on a call, man. I don't ever book anything SMS. If they respond to a text and I respond back, I go for getting them on the call and take it from there.
Yeah. Okay. So this is you're going to get a lot of value from today's call, because this is going to translate into so many different areas, not only with agent attraction, things that you'll be doing with Steven, but also in general. And Jesse, to answer your question, I'm not sure. Good question. Hey, Sarah, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hey, just to catch you up, I'll give you the 60-second highlight. What we're talking about today is specifically workflows, and we're going to talk about multiple different use cases for these workflows. And I just had the chance to ask James, Heather, and I'm going to ask Jesse here in a second about what's their experience with automations. And there's a lot of bells and whistles that are inside of your CRM that most people have no idea about. And what we're going to talk about is the multiple use cases that I believe are probably the most undervalued, underutilized tool inside of our CRM that we already have, and it doesn't cost us anything else, right? So one of the things in Shift, if you guys have read that book by Gary Keller, he dedicates an entire chapter about taking stock of the inventory and the things and the resources that you have right now, right this second, right, today, in a shift market. And in today's market is definitely different compared to the last 5 years. And so the things that I'm going to be talking about don't cost any extra. They're already included, and they just enhance your engagement. Okay, and so these workflows are meant to work on your behalf, whether it saves you 30 seconds or if it saves you a whole minute. Those minutes, you only have so many distractions in a day. You only have so many so many chances in a day to get distracted and get pulled away from your core thing. Have you guys ever had like an appointment in the middle of the day on a weekend and it just kind of ruined like the day? You're like, man, I got this thing, like I can't relax because I got this thing like later on this afternoon, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's how powerful one distraction is. So if I can get just one thing removed from your plate today, then that's what I would call a successful meeting. So my promise every time is that you guys are going to know more than you came into this call, and you guys are going to know exactly how to implement it in your business that same day. So I'm going to share my screen here, and all right, can you guys see my screen? Except for you, Sarah. I see you driving. Don't look at us. Please be safe. All right, so I'm looking at Josh Wheelock's pipeline here, just as an example. And what we're going to be focusing on for the most part today is automations. Okay, automation. Now, in the past, we used to actually not give you guys access to this because a lot of people would like mess things up. We now have the ability to lock some of the things that are critical, mission critical, so that you can't by mistake mess things up, quote unquote. So please have fun. So when you come into automations, you're going to see this right here. And for some of you guys who have already seen this 1,000 times, sorry if this is really basic. I'm just going to speed through at least finding it so that we can share this recording with other agents. All right, so once you're in here, you'll see workflow lists, you'll see campaigns, triggers. You might not see campaign or trigger, so mine might look a little bit different than yours. They're actually depreciating both of these. Okay, so now they're starting off with just workflows. So I'm going to click on create workflow. Now you see different templates. You can also start from scratch. I'm going to click on start from a template. I want you to notice something here. There is a variety of what we like to call recipes, okay? And these are ingredients to have a result or an outcome, okay? So, for example, if I want a lead to get a review or a client to get a review link, I want to send a list of clients a review link. I can send this, I can create this automation within seconds. Okay, and you see here, this is just an example. It's a screenshot of the triggers up above, and we're going to get into each component here in a moment. And you see the independent action steps thereafter. Okay, this is basically a pre-templated function. Okay, here's another example, and I know I'm speeding through this, but just because there's so much to uncover. Do you guys have you ever heard like press 1 for English or press 1 for sales or press 2 for support? You guys ever heard that before?
Yeah.
So the technical term for that is called IVR. Don't ask me what it is. I can only spell IVR. Okay. IVR. It's an IVR system. If someone wants to Google that, I don't know. But you have that ability inside of your phone, inside of your CRM, inside of your system. So if you have, let's just say, a team, or if you have a lending partner who you want to include, press 1 for residential sales, press 2 for Sarah Runyon's finance partners or lending partners, however you want to describe it. This automation's already set up. And look, it's already mapped out. Press 1 for this, press 2 for here. And if I want to edit it, all I have to do is click on continue. So for this example, I'm gonna speed through this, guys. Again, I just picked a template. All right, so now I have to come in here and personalize it to myself. Okay, right? Just like with any template. Don't be the amateur marketer who sends out a template that still says first name in the email and it's not actually updated to their first name. It literally just says first name. Don't be that type of marketer. Now, this requires a phone subscription. We don't need that. Anyways, so you have one trigger. You can have multiple triggers. And these triggers, guys, you have to, if I can get you guys to just do one thing today, it would be to look through all of the triggers and look through all of the action steps. Okay, those two things. Go through all of the triggers and go through all of the action steps. And the reason why I say that is because look at the amount of triggers that you have at your disposal. By the way, you guys can see my screen, right? Okay.
Yes.
Like too often, I'm like talking to the wrong screen. It gets real awkward. Like 5 minutes in, everyone's like, "Yeah, Sean, I get what you're saying, but I'm looking at some mountains on Anyways, all right. So look at the amount of triggers that we have at our disposal. A birthday reminder, contact changed, contact created, contact D&D. That means that someone put us on do not disturb or blocked our number. A tag was added, a custom date reminder. So maybe after closing, you want to set a reminder to send them a gift basket 30 days after closing. when you move them over into the just closed category. Note added. So if you want to stay up to date on all of the notes that happen, of course you have access to all of them, but maybe you have multiple assistants, maybe you have multiple team members on your team, and you want to be notified of every note that's added to a contact. You have that ability. Note was changed. Okay, so maybe for compliance reasons, you want to know if there's ever a note that's changed. Task added. Okay, so the list just goes on and on and on. Email events. You can set up a trigger if someone opens up an email. Who's ever had a rainy day and wanted to know, who should I call today? So I'm busy tomorrow. You guys know that feeling?
Been there.
If I don't have anyone in my pipeline, you know the first people I'm calling? It's the people who are opening and clicking on my emails. So maybe I want to add these people to a list, or maybe I want to add a tag to them. Customer replied, form submitted. They click on a link inside of my email. Here's a really interesting and cool one that is so underutilized. Video tracking. Video tracking. So imagine this. Imagine you have a thank you page or a library you use, the communities that you worked out with Heather, and someone watches 50% of your content. Maybe you have a 20-minute video and someone watches 10 whole minutes of it. In the world of marketing, that's insane. 10 minutes? Some of the biggest YouTubers are seeing like their average something in the ballpark like 12 seconds, 30 seconds in some cases, like very, very small numbers. So you can, let's just say you wanted to notify yourself if someone watched 50% of your video. That's a possibility. Let's say you wanted to add a tag. And why would you want to add a tag? Well, like Heather brought up earlier, the thing that she loves most about the workflows is that if she has people who came in through an open house, she can set up an automation where only her contacts who have open house 123 Banana Street get a certain text and get a certain email. Number validation. For those of you who, I've spent money on every single lead generation service out there as much as I could find, and some of these companies will actually reimburse you if they give you a bad number. And so number validation, that's useful. This is awesome. Website and funnel page view. I know I'm spending a lot of time on the triggers, but this is really, really valuable. If you understand the connection here. Okay, remember, my only goal today is to get you guys to understand triggers and understand the actions, the action steps. Okay, and right now we're just on triggers. So, and again, think of triggers as exactly what it sounds like. It's something that initiates a series, a list of steps. Okay, so if Jesse comes over here and visits my thank you page, or maybe he visits my pricing page, or maybe he visits my contact us page, and I already have him in my system, I can set him up on a tag. I can tag him. What else? Let's say someone moves in the pipeline stage. What else? What else? There's so many here, so many. What else? What else? Okay, here's another one that I think is very underutilized. Jesse, I think that you're going to get the most value out of this one. So Instagram comments. So imagine if you have you guys seen those offers where people are like, you know, comment DM below, or comment, you know, playbook below, or things like that? Have you guys seen that before?
Yes.
Well, I want to give you guys a little insight in here. If you connect your Facebook to your CRM, and all you have to do is just go to settings and go to integrations and connect your Facebook account to your CRM, you can actually set up an automation where if someone says 123 Main Street, you'll send them a listing packet. If someone says agent attraction, you send them a PDF of next steps, right? So driving engagement through automations, and remember that thing I told you. I said I want to at least take one thing off the table, one thing off of your plate. If it's one distraction, back in the day, I used to. I need to get back into it. Back in the day, I used to get nervous doing two-step posts. And that's what they call them, by the way. It's two-step posts, where you post, that's step one, or excuse me, you post, you ask them to comment, and they comment, that's step one. Step two is they read the material that you send them, and they book a call. They call it a two-step post, right? Back in the day, I used to get nervous because I would have, in some cases, like 70 people, and they commented. I'm like, I can't get to all of you guys. Especially if you've ever asked for like a referral. Hey, I need help like with a referral. And then all of a sudden you get like 30 agents all commenting on the same thing. And you can't get to all of them. So you can actually not only reply back, but also send a message to that person as your business. Pretty cool. And there's more here, but that's what I'm gonna pause right here on the triggers part. Based on what I just told you guys, Heather, what if this then that scenario are we probably underutilizing the most?
Probably having the one that you just talked about, the auto reply, and then having AI talk with them, and and forms too, probably forms to get information.
Yep. Okay.
I have, if you want to pull it up, a auto reply workflow where I have the if and or the. I don't know if I have it on BizDev, but I have it on my account.
Okay. Yeah, let's look at it here in just a second. I wanted to ask you if there was, so what we're definitely missing is an autoresponder for support, an autoresponder for BizDev. Well, actually, our guy Jesse here set up an autoresponder. Jesse, maybe can you give us a 60-second highlight on how you did that?
I did it with some help with Sean. Basically played around with it and gave it some parameters. If then, that's so yeah, kind of gave it a little bit of an example of some of my sentence structures so that it would follow that. And then yeah, when people text in, they get a response either confirming the appointment or rescheduling the appointment, but always finding a solution for them to integrate with my calendar.
Oh, the chat widget. The chat widget is underutilized.
Ooh, the chat widget, yes. So what Jesse and Heather are talking about, the autoresponder, so that's our AI agents over here, which I would highly encourage you guys to poke around. All of you guys have access to this. None of them are live on your account. We have a separate AI responder that communicates with leads after hours. But you guys can set up your own that communicates even with people on Messenger. Because you never want to drown out Messenger. You know, we always get like those fake like admin, your account's about to get shut down and they're just spamming you. But you never want to miss that one person. So all right, we covered triggers. Jesse, we need to talk about, we need to set time aside for just the AI agents part of it. I want you guys to walk away with at least one, this is a new feature. One automation that you can use today. How can I help you automate? I want to send a PDF to people who comment on Instagram. Wow, beautiful. This is amazing. So I chose my trigger, which was Instagram comment received. I chose Facebook message. Actually, let me choose Instagram DM. No. Oh, I chose the wrong workflow. So it's still in beta. So some of you guys might have to do this by hand. Or if I do Instagram comment on post, so I just typed out Instagram. Is the text too small? Can you guys read that okay?
It's a little small, but it's not like horrible.
All right, let's do this. All right, page is Fit Family Homes. And I can choose which post. I can choose if they commented on any post or if they commented on a specific post. Okay. Also, see here, track first level comments only, which means that they'll only track the comments to like the first comment. So if there's any replies or anything like that, it's not going to double whammy. I'm going to double send them. Okay. I'm going to click Save Trigger. I'm going to delete the one that auto created. And then I want to, so it already created the Instagram DM action for me, but for those who don't know where to find it, you see these little plus signs right here. Okay. Once you click on the plus sign, you'll notice a plethora of different action steps that you can have. Okay. Let me zoom in on this. You can assign to a different user, you can add different notes, you can add a task, you can update their engagement score, you can add your lender. Okay, so maybe you want to add a lender to a contact as a follower. This is what Heather was talking about, sending an email, sending a text message when a certain thing happens, right? You can notify yourself in Slack, you can give them a call, you can drop a voicemail on them, you can send them a message over Facebook, you can send them a message over Instagram. This is the action step that we're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one, Instagram DM. And notice how I have options. I can choose a template or I can write with AI. So I'm going to say, I want this to be, let's say, casual, and send a message saying the home buyer's guide is attached. Okay, cool. I think I'll use that. Use message. All right. Notice how it already has the contact full name, but if you want to update this and edit it, custom values, it's right here. Here we go. All right, we're going to wrap this up in 8 minutes or less. So now that I got my message here, I want to attach my home buyer's guide. And you see right here at the bottom where it says add attachment. So here I could add whatever attachment I want. Save action. And now, delete this. Now guys, when someone comments on this post, this specific post, what's going to happen is that they're going to receive an automated DM that says, hey, first name, we're pleased to share the home buyer's guide is attached for your review. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Obviously, it's a little generic. I want to update that. But you guys get my point here. And they have the attachment here sent to them. Okay? And then what happens next from here is we just we move it from draft to publish. Okay, scale of 1 to 10. 10 being, this was like way complicated. There was like so much going on. I have no idea where we're at. Actually, that being a 1. 10 being this is awesome. I'm on fire. I'm super excited to test out some triggers and action steps. And 10. Jesse, it's okay. You can hold me accountable. I have a tendency to get into a little bit.
I love it, John, and I've seen it. Like I said, I've helped change them around and create them. I never actually did the work on it. But I got what you're doing for us right now. I've sat with the guy who's in charge of it, watched him do it, so I know the process pretty good. He brought back some reminders for me just now. DHL's changed a little bit over the years, I think. But yeah, I love it. Soaked it up, man.
Awesome. But guys, if it's just a reminder, if there's one thing that you can do today, it's review triggers and action steps. Just review all of them. Take a look at it, because once you click on it and actually see, you're gonna start making connections on your own. Okay, when this happens, then I can start doing this. I'm really tired of repeating myself every time that this happens. So I'd really like this to occur. And so I just want all of you guys to begin thinking and applying these day-to-day one-off steps into your business. All right. Jesse, Heather, James, who else is in the room? That's it? Just us? Well, guys, what questions do you have? What are you looking forward to? Takeaways? This was a very technical, very heavy meeting.
Got it, man. I mean, I'll play around with it today a little bit. I mean, I don't know if when you tell me you want me to play around with it, Sean, I don't know if I don't want to start adding stuff to Steven's pipeline. That's the only pipeline I work in. So, I mean, I'll look at it, though, but I'm not going to make any changes there, man. I'm not qualified enough yet to make changes, I don't think.
Hey, James, if this time tomorrow I ask James, hey, do you know what triggers are there, roughly speaking, and you've looked at each one of them and scrolled through all of them and you have kind of an idea of what is capable, I think that's a win in my book.
Okay.
So.
I really put my brain on it a little bit today, no problem there.
Cool. All right, guys. Huh? Yeah.
Great session. I like it. There's a few things that I want to cover over with you in my sub account there. So yeah, I'll connect with you a little bit later today, Sean.
That's good.
And inspiring.
All right, guys. Keep being awesome. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.